So one of the subscribers, asked us to do this particular episode, and I'm going to break it down into different parts under different numbers and reintroduce it and bring it back in and out as we service each number. On this episode, we're going to talk about the Tin Man or the Straw Man. And most people want to know, what is the Straw Man? That's what they've been asking me, and where did I get this name from? You know, and of course I didn't make this up. Name was passed down to me in my research on the redemption, which is where a lot of this comes from, in addition to astrology. But the Straw Man is essentially, the concept of it came from the Wizard of Oz, and there was a Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz, it was called the Tin, or he was called the Tin Woodman. The Tin Woodman, from my research. And Wizard of Oz is very deep, actually. I'm gonna go in and out and talk about this, but if you remember, each of those characters that traveled with Dorothy was trying to go see the Wizard of Oz to get different aspects of their being updated so that they could survive. And I'm not going to talk about each character because it'll take a lot of time, but the reason why the Straw Man, or the name the Straw Man, is used is because the Straw Man is you on paper. However, it's dead until you begin to speak and bring it to life. Meaning that, yeah, you have a name, yeah, you have a social security number, yeah, you have, when you were born, with your father's last name or your mother's last name, depending on, you know, different situations. So you have your last name. However, none of this means anything until you begin to use this in what's called the corporate realm, or the matrix. And it's called a straw man because it's fictitious. Everything about it is fictitious, or a better word would be, is considered fiat, until there's some form of collateral backing it, which actually turns into your soul. So your soul gives the straw man value. This is what values the straw man. So you can almost look at the straw man like a computer or contraption that means nothing unless someone begins to operate it. And the straw man is very important because in this day and time, you can't drive without it. You can't even, at this day and time, make certain purchases online or in different places without it, without a credit card. This is all a part of the straw man. And the straw man is new, believe it or not. The way that it's used, it was updated in the 30s when they actually came out with the Wizard of Oz, because in the 30s, the straw man was taken from the private realm and moved from the realm of gold and moved into what's called Social Security. And this actually ties into the Philadelphia experiment as well. So what happened is that now they say that America doesn't have any gold, and America, you know, lost its gold, and this president signed off. I'm not going to say which one, but they said this particular president signed off on some contract and signed away our gold. However, this is not true 100%. What happened is that we moved into the straw man realm and moved out of the realm of what's called nationhood and functioning from the counties, which is how we used to operate through what's called a high chief and a different a process. It's kind of like a indigenous process. And we moved into the corporate realm, and the straw man moved out of being able to accept certain family commodities and wills for value, and moved into what's called the corporate realm, where credit and banks control everything. So the straw man is kind of like a slave. You're not a slave. Remember that. You're not a slave, but the straw man is a slave. That's what it is on paper. And if you begin to identify with it and you get lost in it, you will be enslaved. So in the next couple episodes, we'll go into how to free yourself from the bondage that we've been sold into through our birth. So as always, stay vigilant. I got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. The next couple episodes, they'll be coming out. I'll be talking about the updates and the winnings that we've been experiencing with the scores and credit. So as always, keep studying and keep researching. Have a good night. Enjoy yourself. Peace.